Louisiana's Attorney General, Mr. Jeff Landry. Thank you for taking time, sir. Welcome back.
Well, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Mr. Jeff, let us start here. Headline: AG Jeff Landry files amicus brief with 9 other states. What is an amicus brief, and why does it matter that Jeff Landry is part of that?
Well, an amicus brief is basically what's called a friend of the court. So if you're not a party to the actual legal litigation, the court gives those parties that have an interest and at least want to have a say an opportunity to do that. And you do that through what's called an amicus or an amici. And
so what is the purpose? Important? Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead, sir, please.
The purpose is to either reaffirm the argument that one of the parties are making, or to give the court an opportunity to look at some of the case in a different light and how it may affect other particular parties. It creates additional weight on the court. We do that quite often. And so this particular amici would be on behalf of the Pennsylvania GOP suit in front of the United States Supreme Court, in basically urging the court to take up the matter because of the fact that the Pennsylvania court rewrote Pennsylvania law. And to let the court know that that states have interest, and we are concerned about that type of process. And so, we do that quite often in front of the Supreme Court, and it has a tendency to have an effect.
You've obviously taken... Go ahead, Aaron. I'm sorry.
How long will this take before the court? Obviously, they know that they have to move quickly. What are you anticipating?
I don't really know. I mean, when the court would take it up. We do know that Justice Alito is certainly perturbed with the actions that are going on in Pennsylvania. He wrote a very scathing dissent before Justice Barrett was seated, because this case was before him, and then ended up in a 4-4 with Roberts joining the liberals. Not unusual, unfortunately, this year. And so I don't know. I don't know. We're urging the court to take the matter up. We believe that it has an impact. I mean, Pennsylvania law is very clear. It's about as clear as Louisiana's law dealing with the House petition that we're going to go to court over on Thursday. And what Pennsylvania did was say, listen, we're going to allow mail ballots, but that those ballots must be in by 8 p.m. and that anything received after is not counted. And basically the Pennsylvania Supreme Court rewrote that law. So basically what they did was they changed the rules of the game midway through the game.
Mr. Jeff, going back a month or so, maybe a little longer, you had filed suit here in Louisiana against a Mark Zuckerberg funded group called the Center for Tech and Civic Life, saying that they, as a privately funded organization, couldn't be giving money to, well, what they're being sued for in Michigan is for giving money to local and county level voting officials. You were kind of ahead of the curve, seeing that this was a potential problem, weren't you?
Absolutely. And look, people should pay close attention to this. This is very problematic. And unfortunately, I'll give a shout out to one of y'all senators in the area, Senator Barrow Peacock, who basically was basically the lead guy that saved that legislation on the Senate floor. Now, the governor ultimately vetoed it. We see why he vetoed it now. We understand what the game was. We were trying to tighten the law up even more, because right now we believe that clerks or registrars can't take the money in the manner that CTCL was giving it to them. But let me explain to you what they did. There's a great article in Breitbart, but let's talk about Philadelphia County for just instance. So let me tell you what happened, because we were talking about Pennsylvania earlier. Zuckerberg gave, that organization gave Philadelphia County, $10 million. Basically doubled the size of the Election Commission's budget. And so what did the commission do? The commission then went out and deputized basically Democrat activists as registrars, as election officials, then had the power to go door to door collecting ballots. Now, think about that for a second. What we've done is we've allowed private money to come in and basically co-opt and commandeer elected officials who are supposed to be nonpartisan. And the interesting part is that the Zuckerberg Foundation only gave the money in Democrat areas, right? So that meant that Republican areas were not afforded either those resources or the ability to organize in that particular fashion. That's part of what really tilted this election in some of these swing states.